everyone. Welcome again today on the Cam Matrix. Today I am here with Karel Costa Armas. So you're with Point Brittany,
Yes, among many other things.
right? And you're with Resource.
Yes, resource property management.
Now you do a lot of educational stuff on LinkedIn, which is really good. I mean, you post stuff that not a lot of other people would post. And how long have you been in the industry as a manager?
Well, I've been a manager for about just over 15 years, but the epiphany came about 4 or 5 years ago, and that's what kind of catapulted me into the social media and getting some ideas out, because I realized that I had been with companies and in places that didn't really get some messages across to the managers, and I feel it's very important that managers think of their position, their management style in a certain way, so that they meet the requirements of the management company, their employer,
Yeah.
and the client. So I try to put information out there so that the manager sees himself as a customer service rep and a representative of the management company, because it's very important. And I just don't think management companies explain to their managers, listen, we're in a business here where you are servicing our client. And I think it's important. I think it's important to get that concept down.
All the items that they have to go through just for that process. And there's so many things that you guys have to know. You have to know all these different categories, all these different, like today, what were you working on today? You're working on building a cabana. How often
Well,
do you get to do that?
this job gives you a lot of experience in many different projects. Not every manager is going to see the same project in a 2 or 3 year time frame. I started just doing high rises, and all of a sudden, about 4 years ago, I was sent to a 60-acre property where the landscaping was totally different. And there was a seawall and there was a bunch of other stuff. So I have a very broad, I guess, experience in this industry, as with helicopters taking AC units up and down, and different requirements with fire departments and safety, and all sorts of things. So I do try to post videos and pictures so that other managers see, well, what that project looks like. Or I'm very big into helping vendors and establishing good relationships with vendors. I like to use vendors that participate in CEU courses,
Yeah.
and events. I wish more managers attended lunches and events such as BMI, because you get to know other managers as well. And you just never know when you're going to be working next to that person that you had lunch with.
Some on-sites, they don't have a team. They have, previous maybe coworkers they could call on, but to call on a different manager to go, hey, who would you use for this? Or have you ever experienced this? So to have a space where you can collaborate with the managers is just so key.
You need a group of managers, not only from your company, but from other companies as well. Because again, you never know when you'll work together. But vendors, to me, I like the fact that they're able to respond when things go wrong. Anybody can give you a proposal and promise you that things are going to go great. But when they go wrong, do you have a vendor that's willing to put their name on that line and show up and say, hey, we got it wrong, or hey, we did it wrong, and you know what? There's the warranty in black and white. I'm going to fix it.
Yep.
That to me is worth much more at times than a perfect job. And that's important, because I might start a project here, wherever I'm at, and a co-worker manager all of a sudden has my position because I moved on or was promoted or decided that I was going to leave. Well, that new manager can depend on that trustworthy contractor or vendor that they're going to stick to their word.
I think a lot of times too, you'll call on a service partner and maybe they don't handle that service. They handle similar services. And then they'll say, oh, but you know what? I know who does, because I send them work all the time. So that happens a good bit too.
No, absolutely. I remember a few years back, I called you on Thanksgiving Day. because
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanted to use a vendor that was part of your organization because I knew there was just that added pressure, that added commitment. And commitment is probably the best word. When they're part of groups that make an investment to managers and provide the CEU courses, there's an added commitment that I can expect that they will show up and they'll do the right thing.